Yo, it's Professor McStud here. We're going to be talking about the surface area of prisms today. When you go look at your formula chart, there are two different types of two types of surface area. We have lateral surface area, noted with an L, and that's pH. And we have total surface area, which is noted with an S, which is pH plus 2B. We're going to be finding both of those for a prism today. Now, I know you're saying, I don't see a P or a B here. I think I can see an H, but I'm not exactly sure about P and B. Well, those, because since they're capitalized, that means that you have to do something to find those. P is the perimeter of the base, and capital B is the area of the base, like we talked about with volume. So we are going to take this formula and we are going to plug in what we know. We are going to find the perimeter of the base. Now, it's really hard to find the base here when you're looking at three-dimensional shape. So I would take this base, which is usually what it sits on right here, and draw it out. Just draw a regular rectangle. It doesn't have to be very good because I'm not very good at drawing either. So we have a 12 centimeter by 6 centimeter base here. We're going to find the perimeter of that. That's easy. Just add up all the sides, just like you did in second grade when you had to find the perimeter. So when you add up all the sides, you're going to get 36. So 12 plus 12 plus 6 plus 6 gives you 36. Then we're going to find the area of that base because all of that is talking about this same base. We have 12 times 6, which is 72. And so the only number that I did not use in that one, I used 12 and 6 to find the perimeter and the area of the base, is 7. 7 is going to be the height of my prism here. That's the distance between the two bases. This is my other base, the top, all right? So when we talk about lateral surface area, we're actually excluding those two bases. We're not talking about those two bases. We want to find the area or the outer edge of everything on the side. So if you look at like a room, then you're talking about the walls. The walls are the lateral surface area. So when I plug in just the P and the H for the lateral surface area here, we are going to have 36 times 7, which is going to give me 252. And our units here that we will label is centimeters squared. That's lateral surface area. When I go to find the total surface area, I'm going to find pH plus 2 times the area of the base. So I'm going to have 36 times 7, and then plus 2 times 72. And then that's going to give me 396 centimeters squared. So 396 centimeters squared includes the ceiling and the floor. So that would include the two bases. That includes here and here. And so whereas lateral excludes those. So your lateral surface area should be less than your total surface area. If you have something that's larger, that means you've done something wrong and you go back and double check your work. All right, so that's it. Rectangular prism, pretty easy. It's easy to see, all that. So let's look at this next one. This next one, we have a triangular prism. And how I know it's triangular prism is because I have two triangles that are here and here. And that is actually the base. So those triangles are our bases. So again, I think it's really important. I'm going to draw it like you see it here. And make sure I label. I have an 8. This 15 is talking about here and 17 is here. Now, if you didn't have that 17, we have a right triangle. We could use Pythagorean theorem. But this time, we have that third side, so you need that. So again, we're going to find the lateral surface area and the total surface area. You'll notice that the only difference between the two is that plus 2b. So that is going to tell you that that's going to find the area of the two bases and add it in there to it. So remember, I'm talking about the outer edge of the triangular prism. So I'm going to find capital P and capital B. Remember, those are capitalized because you have to do something to find it. So the perimeter of this is going to be 8 plus 15 plus 17, which is going to give me 40. And then the area of the base, I'm going to go ahead and write this one out. Remember, it's 1/2 times the base times the height of this triangle, not the height. This H and this H are different. They're different. So don't think that they're the same. So I'm going to plug in 1/2. Now then, remember when we talked about area is that the height and the base of the triangle make a right angle. So this right angle here or here is going to tell you this is the base and that's the height. So no 17. All right. So you're going to have 1/2 times 8 times 15, which is going to give you 60. And then the height of the whole prism is at 7. H is equal to 7. This H, I'm talking about that H, is equal to 7. So now I can just go straight in, plug it straight into my formula. So if I'm finding the lateral surface area, I'm going to have the perimeter, which is 40 times 70. I'll write this out again. So it's going to be 40 times 7, not 70. I think that's what I just now said. And so you will get 280. For the total surface area, which is the perimeter of the base times the height plus 2 times the area of the base, we're going to have 40 times 7 plus 2 times 60. And so that's going to give me 400. Again, your total surface area should be larger than your lateral surface area. Remember your units, inches squared on this one. And so that's what we have for the surface area of a rectangular and triangular prism. The triangular prism is a trickier one because when I talked about the rectangular prism before, I talked about the rectangle that it was sitting on as the base because it's the one it was sitting on. That's the one I signified as being the base because that is the one for a rectangular prism. That's one you want to call the base. But for a triangular prism, the triangles are the base. So make sure that you note that because I think we miss a lot of questions based on not being able to identify that. So that's it for surface area of prisms. Professor McStud out.